Lindsey Wilson football coach Chris Oliver joins me here high above Finley Stadium field. And Coach, congratulations on a lot of fronts. Let's start first with what happened after the game and bringing home Highway 55 traveling trophy.
Yeah, like we talked about in the pregame, and you asked me, doesn't this mean just a little bit more? And, it does. And anytime you can beat your rival and do it in that fashion, and we know that they're a team that can play with anybody. That's their biggest margin of loss, I guess it would be to say. The entire season, they've had 5 losses by 1 score. So that's a team that can play with a lot of teams, and to have it a 1-point game at halftime, despite the fact that I would have liked it to be bigger, I don't think anybody was surprised by it. We knew that we were going to get great effort by them, and to hand them the ball at the plus 25 or whatever it was on the opening kickoff after a fumble, and to weather that storm and to come out with a 1-point lead at half. I think we were all pleased, but really proud of the way our guys finished and scored 40 points in the second half. I thought our defense played even better in the second half. It means a lot to bring home that trophy.
You said in the pregame, we got to start fast and we got to limit the turnovers. Yeah. And unfortunately, you just mentioned it. We didn't do either of those to start the game. Yeah. But I didn't sense a panic all day long out of your guys. I felt like that and I didn't sense that there was any kind of hangover from Reinhardt. I thought that they were focused from the outset. What was the feeling on the field?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I think we were focused, ready to go. It was just one of those, just was bad ball security. It was just a fumble. We didn't fumble because we weren't focused, but it was just a technique issue, and I thought we moved on. We didn't hang our heads, and I thought we got past it. Obviously not the way you want to start the game, but I think that was our only turnover on the
That's
day.
right. Yep.
As I looked through it, so we went 59 minutes and about 50 seconds with no more turnovers. So we met that goal in one way, but we didn't have to start with one.
You mentioned that you thought your defense played well in the second half. You didn't have to make a lot of adjustments from that first half. They weren't exactly moving the ball up and down the field a ton. They ended up with good amount of yards. Yeah. But what did you see down on the field that you felt like that we did well defensively?
Well, I thought we limited the big play. Mm-hmm. They hit us in the middle of the field, and that's what they do. And they have a nice scheme that puts your linebackers in some stressful situations. And we had some different sub packages where we wanted to get some extra guys on the field, a little bit more athletic package. The bottom line is they're very talented at wide receiver. There's a reason they're leading the nation in passing. The quarterback does a nice job, and they have a receiving core that can really stress you. And Tyus Alcorn is a very good football player. He may not have the big play explosiveness as a few other receivers that we've seen, but he's as consistent. He catches the football. He attacks the football. He is just very difficult to defend. I'm glad he's a senior. I'm glad he's going to be graduating and moving on. And we, in all honesty, we had some matchup problems with him today.
I know you guys really concentrated on their running, not their running game, but what they do out of the backfield as far as the extension of the running game, basically with throwing either that little shovel pass or dinking it over to the running backs. I'd give you guys a pretty good grade today. I thought you were terrific.
We did an outstanding job stopping that part of their offense, and they had one or two. I think they came first play of the second half. They had one, and I think they had one sprint draw that was big. The others that we stuffed right away. And I think if you look at the course of their season and you study them like we have this week, there's no one the past 5 or 6 games that has stopped that part of their offense as well as we did today on defense, and that was a big part of forcing them into some third and long situations, especially in the second half. We were able to finally force some punts and get the ball back.
Let's talk about your offense a moment, Coach. Spectacular at times today, and for the majority of the game. I think they only punted the ball maybe once, maybe twice. I'm not sure. I think twice. Yeah. But I thought for the most part, your offensive line protected Dylan. Yep. He was outstanding. Outside of a couple of overthrows, which I think kind of got caught up in the wind a bit, I thought he was tremendous today.
Yeah, I thought Dylan played really well, and I thought our receivers ran a lot of good routes. And, you're right, in the second quarter, the wind was really blowing. It's probably as strong as it was all day, and it was behind us that quarter, and we had a couple posts that got away from us a little bit. But I thought Dylan played really well. There were 2 big plays that I don't want to take anything away from our other receivers, Tyrone and Allen and Hunter Lovell. I thought those guys did a great job. There were two big plays where Cedric Washington came up with spectacular individual catches.
Yep.
One on his first touchdown, we lost the protection. The defensive lineman hit Dylan's arm as he was throwing the football. It ended up being underthrown, and Cedric made an unbelievable catch and then spun out of it and got to the end zone. And then the other one that was dual possession down on the one, that's a tough call. It's the right call. No one likes it when you're the other team, but dual possession goes to the offense. That was a ball that was a little bit behind Cedric, and Cedric reached back and caught it and got dual possession of it. So there were a couple plays there where our receivers really stuck out, but I thought Dylan played really well. I thought our receiving corps played well, and for the most part, our protection was really good today.
Coach, 50 program wins and 50 Chris Oliver wins. That's a milestone that when Dr. Bill Lucky and Willis Pooler, Dean Adams and company had the vision of creating football. I'm not sure any of us thought 7 years in that we'd be sitting at the 50-win plateau. And a lot of credit to a lot of great student athletes that have come through, but a lot of credit to you and your coaches as well. You've built this program from scratch with primarily using the freshmen. It's been a great ride so far, and I know there's many more wins to come, but let's reflect a little bit on 50 wins in the program.
Yeah, I think it is a great opportunity to reflect, and we've got a long way to go, and I think more so than just the wins, I think the people around our campus would tell you that adding football was one of the best things that we ever did as a school, and not just because we're being successful on the field, but because of the way that our guys have impacted the campus community and what it's done for us as a school. And we appreciate Dr. Lucky and Dean Adams and Willis Pooler and yourself, and I go on and on about all the people that have made our program successful. And that's the cafeteria workers, that's physical plant, that's the professors, and all those people. That's an awesome thing. It's a team effort. If you want to do college football right, it's a big undertaking, and it takes a lot of people doing things the right way. And we appreciate the support of those guys. And ultimately, it's about the players going out there and winning those games. And we can coach them up and do those things, but it's the guys that go out there and play. And I would be remiss not to mention Mike Catilius and Brian Foose. And,
Yep.
Those guys have been with me from day one and have helped set the tone. And we've had some great coaches come and go. Some great coaches on our current staff as well. And it's exciting. It's a team thing. And I'm the one that gets the wins and losses behind my name, but it's a team deal, and I couldn't be more proud of where this program is going, where we've come in the short 7 years, but where we're headed.
9 wins through 10 games, 1 to go. Senior Day on next Saturday, a week from today. I know it goes without saying. If you live in the Columbia area, you got to get out there and send these seniors off right on the regular season finale, and hopefully it's not the final game at Blue Raider Stadium this season, but it'll definitely be a chance to send out some terrific seniors on their final regular season home game.
Yeah, we want to honor those guys, and they've been such a big part of what we've done. This group is obviously the winningest senior class that we've had. You look back at the last 4 years, and we're 35-10 or something like that right now, and it's just a testament to how well these guys have come in and bought into what we're about and what we've done with the program. It's a big day. There's big stakes, and all we can focus on is Bethel. We're going to have our hands full. They're a very good football team, and we can only control this week. But obviously, if we go 1-0 this next week, if we have the opportunity to get as high as number 8 in the national poll, then we can set ourselves up for a home game in the first round of the playoffs. So, there's a lot to play for, but the bottom line is we can't control rankings and all those things. We just need to go out and control our effort this week, and we'd love to have a full crowd at Blue Raider Stadium supporting our guys.
Coach, congratulations on today's win.
Thanks, Chris.
That's LWC head football coach Chris Oliver as the Blue Raiders win it here today.